This is the Iteration 16.2 report from Tennessee Tech. We're working with Transcard. Our teammates included Alexis, Catherine, Nathaniel, Ridge, Riley, and Shangton.
Hello, my name is Ridge Longley, and I'll be kicking off the insights part of this presentation. For this part, what I worked on was the insights comparing the poverty rate with the average number of recipients. This is essentially a form of seeing how many people were rooming together on average based on the poverty rate. As you can see here, there is a slight downward trend, just as we saw last time. And I put two little cards on the top so that we could see the average number of recipients and the average percentage below poverty. And you could also see these cards will change if you click on any of the individual points, so that you can get a more accurate read on what is going on based on a specific poverty level.
Hello, this is Catherine. Here we have insights for population. The top right graph shows the population against the average number of recipients. The line shows a small positive correlation between the two variables. On the bottom left, we have the population against the average total amount of the disbursements for each apartment complex. This was created to show a lack of correlation. The bottom right visualization shows that payments are less likely to be made if the number of recipients is higher. That's all for population insights.
Hi, I'm Lexi, and I will talk about the education insights. On this page, you can see the graph shows the zip code and then the percentage, degree type, and disbursement status. And at the top, there are some cards that show the percentage of associate's degree, bachelor's degree, graduate degrees, and high school graduates. And then to the right is another card that shows the apartment name, the zip code of that apartment, and then the percent of completed and expired disbursements. Next, we can look at the view by party type. This page is very similar to the last, except the only difference is the top right card shows the percentage of single party and multi-party recipients. And I think that's all for education. And then for the income insights, we have the parameters to the left. And if you click on those, you'll see that the graphs are all very similar in the way that they do not have much of a correlation. I think that's it for income.
This is Nathaniel, and this page is an apartment overview, which serves as a homepage. You can see up here all the information about the apartments is pretty general. View them by city or by state. You can also break it down and select certain states and certain apartments within those states. The apartment behavior page serves as a generalized screen to look at different types of payments being used for all the apartments, current statuses for years, and each specific apartment. That's all for me.
My name is Riley Sneed, and I'll be talking about the disbursement stuff that we use to create these reports. So you can see in this pie chart, it shows you the completed, the expired, and revoked percentages of the disbursements that we were given. You can see up here by these two cards, you can see the total amount of disbursements. In this card's the number of disbursements. You can see right here we can filter these out. Right now it's count for all since it's not selected, but if we select the year, it's going to count for just that year. And then we can select the apartment. And we can either select completed, expired, or aired. And you can see where it's updating this table, where it's filtered by where the x-axis is months and the y-axis is just the count. the amount. That's it for the disbursements.
This is Shankin Tudong. Here we work on household side. Here we can see the person per household, 2% per household, 3% or household, or 4% per household. We can see here the amount of, we compare the apartment name by household side, and this is, we can see here, we can choose apartment name. If we click here, we can see here it changes the sum of the percent of per household side. Thank you so much.